Hello everyone and welcome back. Please ignore the roosters. Those are my neighbor's game chickens. But what am I into today? Well, occasionally I come up with some bad ideas. Today is probably one of them, but I'll explain in just a minute what I'm up to. First of all, I'll get you caught up on where we're at. I've got the ground ready for the next round of corn and pumpkins, which hopefully will be planted this coming week. I've got to get the last 5 acres of ground ready. It needs to be disced, the whole bit. We got some cover crop regrowth in there and everything. It's pretty rank, and I probably should be doing that right now instead of what I'm about to do here, but we'll explain in a minute. This morning I've been spraying the field corn for weeds, so been doing that this morning. Just got done. So okay, what do we got here? You can see there's a little section here, maybe 1/10 of an acre, that has been mowed. Okay, this is just a field here. I've grown, if you've watched the channel long enough, you've seen some crops grown in this field. This is a rock pile, literally a rock pile, but you can see it's been mowed off. I took an old lawnmower and mowed it. Okay, it's just, I've got it soaked in grass. So what am I going to do here? Well, sometimes curiosity gets the best of me, and what I'm going to do here, this is an experiment, and I'm going to take you guys along with me for it, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, I have no expectations of how it's going to turn out. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I'm going to try it. People ask me all the time why I like to farm, and one of the biggest reasons I like to farm is I like to watch stuff grow. So with that being said, I've got 2 questions here I'm going to try to answer, and the first one is, I am going to use the corn planter to no-till plant this, but I'm not planting corn. I'm planting sunflowers. Not to sell, not to do anything with, just to see if I can do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to plant these. I'll have to do some adjusting on the planter, I know. As you can see, it's just a conventional planter. There's no coulters up front. I've got the conventional covering wheels on it. You know, nothing special. But what we're going to do is we're going to plant this in sunflowers, and the planter is set up on 30-inch rows. We're going to put them on 15-inch rows. We'll double. I'll explain that to you and as we get started. The grass, what we're going to do about the grass? Well, as soon as I plant this, I'm going to come in here with Roundup and burn it down. And worst case scenario, I have to come back in here this fall and just reseed this in grass. Ideally, I'd like to till this, worked it up. You know, never dreamed, had no idea about growing sunflowers, just out on a lark, looking through a seed catalog. I've got some of the seed with me here, but I'm not going to plant it all day. I'm going to save 5 or 6 rows down to the bottom for some others I ordered. But just on a lark, I thought, wonder if I can grow them. Then I got to think, well, I ain't got nowhere to plant them. Then I thought, well, I could try this, and I'd like to see if the planter would know, you know. So here we go. It's we'll see how this goes. But first, what we're going to do is get the planter squared up with the tractor. I've got the sunflower seeds in the hopper. We're going to get it squared up. We're going to get it leveled up and all that good jazz. And then we're going to see what kind of trench we're making. We may also have to adjust our drive wheel. I always try to have my ground real loose, so I run quite a bit of down pressure on this drive wheel to make sure it doesn't slip. You know, if it hits a rock or something, it don't slide. But to get more pressure on the planter units, I may have to adjust here, bring that wheel up a little bit on this hard ground. My ground don't like no-till. If I have a piece of ground that's suitable for it, it's probably, well, I don't know. We'll see. I've used to grow this little patch of strawberries and stuff, but I farmed this particular piece of ground my entire life, so I'm pretty familiar with it. But we're going to center the planter, level it, square it up, and we'll get going here in a minute, and I will be right back. So let me get that done, and we'll start and see how it looks like. We'll check our trenches, we'll explain what we've done to the planter, and then we'll take you guys along and see how this turns out. Okay, we are making a trench. I did have to, it's not a very deep trench, I did have to set the gauge wheels all the way up so that it wouldn't just push this turf down, but it's actually cutting into it. We're making a trench, and it's covering pretty well. Yeah, you can see the trench here. I'm looking for a seed, or feeling for a seed, but who knows? May not have a single one of them come up. Yeah, it's definitely making a trench. So I've got the covering wheels set on the most aggressive setting. I've got it running as deep as it'll go, and we're getting about a half inch depth, which is it's okay, I guess. But like I said, we'll find out if it works or not. Ideally, if the ground was a little yeah, we're doing something. I don't know whether it's right or not, but we're going to try it and see what happens. So here we go. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, we're making a pretty good trench. It's closing okay. You can see, it's closing okay. So what I'm doing, normally, when I'm planting corn or whatever, is when I plant a row, this tire track, or in this case, this tire track, I just turn around and I'll put the other side tire in that track, and that spaces me out 30 inches. But what I'm doing this time is I'm putting the tire where this tire ran. So that's doubling up the number of rows in here. And hopefully that will get them tied enough. The reason I want a high population is so they'll shade if they do come up. Now, once I spray this down, burn it down with Roundup, if none of these come up, I may go back and that's the sod in the bare ground and try it again in a couple of weeks. So you know, we'll see. Worst case scenario, we lose a few dollars and a little time, but for the most part, I think it'll be fun. We'll see what happens. So here we go. Okay. I have no idea how many seed I put in that little spot, but it's a bunch. Doubling up, I can't, it's hard to see where you've been in this grass, so I just started driving back and forth. I have no idea. They're probably doubled up. Probably enough seed in there to plant 2 acres, but you know, that much seed, hopefully we'll get some come up. But like I said, I'm not going into sunflowers business. But I've always, in the past, tried different things and see what works, what don't. That's the way you learn. I mean, this, like I said, worst case scenario, have to buy a little grass seed, the cost of sunflower seed, cost of the herbicide. Best case scenario, we have a pretty little patch of sunflowers here. But we will take you along and we'll see how this goes. We'll do more videos and see if they come up. I almost had an idea of if I had planted them in nice neat rows, which I probably should have, just leaving it. And then if the sunflowers came up good, just use a selective herbicide to kill the grass. But too late for that now. So what I'm gonna do is spray this. 60% chance of rain tomorrow, so hopefully that'll help get that good seed to soil contact. I don't even know whether the seed's viable or not, so we'll learn together on this. So I'm gonna drop this, hook to the sprayer, we'll spray it, and we'll talk a little more about it. So hold on, we'll be back. Okay, we got it sprayed. A little patch. Like I said, basically I done nothing correctly by the book with that, but we'll see what happens, what works out, you know. Just out of curiosity, like I said, I just thought it'd be neat to have sunflower patch. Not a big one, just a little sunflower patch. So I do have some more seed coming. Some of Levi's cows are hungry. Do have some more seed coming, and we'll have to plant them too. But like I said, if the grass dies, sunflowers don't come up, we may run a disc over it, loosen it up a little bit, and then plant them again. Just see what happens. So, like I said, I enjoy doing stuff like that. I get a kick out of it. I don't know why. I've done other things in the past, and I'm always doing them. But we will we will take an honest look at it and see what happens. We'll do another video and look at them maybe next week. Maybe when the other seed come in, they should be. I think sunflower germinate a week to 10 days, something like that. So we should know, because that's about how long it should take the Roundup to kill that grass. So. You know, and like I said, I put a lot of seed in that little patch of ground. But anyhow, if you like what we're doing, want to follow along, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and until next time, everybody take care of yourself. I'm going to put the sprayer on the 4-wheeler and do some spraying around the house here, and before too terribly long, call it a week. So everybody take care of yourself. We'll talk to you later.